My AI just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lied for you.
What's up, everybody? I wasn't gonna go live because I wasn't in the mood. I had a good day at the church house and I was tired from the night before. But baby, after I seen honey about that live, that girl talking about she was in there with Holly, I say, baby, I gotta go live. What happened? What transpired on the Good Lord Sunday, the last Sunday of the year? What happened? What went down? What went down? Before we start on that, I do want to talk about, y'all know I love me some good court documents. I was going, and I said, nah, I'm gonna talk about it because here's the thing. So, shout out to Upper yesterday. Hold on, let me get her a round of applause because we gonna make them hands clap. Make them hands clap. I ain't gonna say the other part because ain't nothing busting. But yeah, shout out to her from reading. I was like, ooh, girl. And a lot of people were reading. Now she wasn't okay. I heard what happened. Y'all messy because y'all didn't have to strike that girl. Number two, she wasn't the only person that read it. So everybody that's covering this, y'all might as well start reading it. Because obviously they feel some type of way. It's crazy. So let's get into it, y'all. That's a little, I seen that. It's a little what you call it. But yeah, okay, so when Upper read it, we gonna have a conversation about it. First of all, I said there was more in there that we did not know that transpired that day. And because they have evidence that yes, that's what they were gonna do. People are still talking about the judge's lying. People still talking about the judges saying hearsay. I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it loud and clear. I understand you got a liar in your seat that you have voted for, because that's what it's given to me, okay? But can I be for real? A judge ain't gonna lie. A judge ain't gonna lie when they have evidence in their face. It does not make sense. I like this background, but I miss my other one because I feel, hold on. It does not make sense to lie. But what you mean? You cannot lie under oath. I'm going to say it again. You cannot lie under oath. They ain't going to lock your ass up. They ain't going to lock your ass up. You cannot, there we go. You cannot lie under oath. That does not happen. You lie under oath, you're going to jail. You sit in that stand and go to jail. Okay, this is not TV. This is the real world. This is real life out here. You can't make up something as a judge and it don't work that way. You have to go by the law. You have to go by the handbook. Now, you know you can lose not just your bar license. You lose everything because the judges now were lawyers. They were lawyers, okay? They were lawyers before. Judges were lawyers. They were lawyers. They know. They have to know. They have to know They have to know everything of the law before they pertain to sit there in that seat. And I think you have to be a lawyer for, I never heard of a lawyer going 20 years. But I know it's a certain time limit, and then you have to either go ahead and move to a judge. It's weird. It's a lot with that, but you have to know the law. And in order to be a judge, you also have to know every nook and cranny through the law. Okay, we all know the law can be boring, and all that good stuff, but you have to know everything. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. She must be working a lot. She ain't been on here. But you have to know everything. Another thing is, hold on, I'm reading as I'm talking to y'all. I'm not finna play it. I ain't finna look at it, but I'm hearing that the witnesses had already had their statement put in of what happened. Um, and they're saying that all the witnesses' stories kind of lined up. My bad, y'all. And they basically saying what they saw. I'm seeing people leak witnesses because they got a background. Y'all don't. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'll get into that in a minute. I don't want to be all over the place. But there was a witness describing of what happened. Even like what we said, everybody kept saying she did not know her. It was said that it's clarified that it hasn't been fully clarified, but in the court documents, and it's shown that they said that hey, Romika was going to her car. He had that her and Carlos. Hold on, what is wrong with my thing? That she was going to the car. And basically, as we stated, a lot of people were saying that she was going to her car, she had her hands crossed or whatever, or she got into it with Carlos, that's when that happened, and also stating the documents. I have said this a time and time again, whether y'all like it or not, baby, this is not the first time I heard that a homegirl might not be coming home. Let me explain something. Court documents tell the story. They're giving you what is going to be at play when you go to that courthouse, right? So when you read a court document, let's take when I read about, and I'm gonna go over Diddy indictment in court documents and why people was like free Diddy, why we knew Diddy wasn't coming home. The evidence that they have is detailed in those documents. This is like reading a book. You have your open summary of what this book gonna be about, right? We get into the beginning of what is detailed of what's going to happen. We get into how the suspect is, before the suspect how the suspect got to this point, the evidence that the DA has taken, and this is what we have, this is what we know what happened, this is how we know what happened, these are the witnesses that say this and that. This is a detail, like a book. It's going to tell you every detail. The only thing is you do not get the visual. Think of it like The Color Purple as an example, right? Color Purple book is telling you, visualizing, right? But then when you go see it on that screen, you like, oh, wait, hold on. It's a little different, right? Like now you get the visual of what entails with this. The information that they have, she's not coming home. They have the DA is saying, we have evidence that this is what happened. Now it is her self-defense attorney job to say, wait, you have that of what happened, but that's not the case. She can't speak for herself unless she take the stand. I'm going to say it again. She can't speak for herself unless she take the stand. Just like with Tory Lanez, I told y'all before, let's use him as an example. We knew he did it because guess what he did the next day? He went and terrorized the poor girl. We got evidence. They saw that evidence. Even if Megan didn't want to press charges on Tory, the state of California said two things. He's a repeat offender. He's on probation. And another thing, he is a felon. Cordasia has a misdemeanor. That's the only party she has, right? Allegedly. But y'all got to understand, she's going towards a felony charge. The state saying, no, this is a felony charge. You can't just go up to somebody and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to put that on you. Listen, this is not the Jim Crow days. I understand y'all older and y'all talk about it. But I want y'all to come into 2025. Y'all still there. And then when it's time to go there, y'all go to the front. I don't understand. I need you to teeter-totter the right way. Come to the front. This ain't back then. There were women who would say they did anything because they were black, okay? The victim not palm color, baby. This is something that she did out of jealousy and hate. I have to say that. And being male-centered puts you in positions to where you feel like you're in a competition with another woman. There are women that feel like they're in competition, just like there are men. It's welcome to 2025 on the 20. I understand y'all back there, but I need you to come up some. We passed that. Now, are we being threatened to that? Yes. But right now, when it comes to this, we're not there. Come to the front. Okay? Because it's really weird around here. I understand y'all want her to be free, but looking at them court documents, the information in the evidence that they have, Quadeja not coming home. For her to be 6 feet away with autopsy, with all those things, she's not coming home. Then we're hearing that he could have did something to her thyroid, holding her so strongly. I understand y'all want to advocate for him because that's a black man and y'all feel like he's doing the best that he can. A black man will tell you every black man ain't to be cared for. I'm not being funny. I'm being honest. For you to stand there and hold her like that, and this girl to have a pew. Now that was a difference because people thought, okay, well maybe, and she was standing by her car getting, have a pew. And basically you go back to the car. You didn't go back to call 911. You didn't at least grab the keys, put it in the ignition, hit the brakes, put it in drive and hit that gas and peel off. You didn't do that because you felt like he couldn't fight for himself. That is a grown man. That is a grown man. Okay? And she could have peeled off meaning drive off with her child. Another thing we came into the conclusion is when they read the court documents, right, was they didn't know each other. We're coming into the conclusion about the PTO. So it's like, what's really going on? You don't know her. So then everybody say, well, she wasn't stalking. Obviously, let's put two and two together. Let's work this way. If I'm sitting here and I'm noticing, I don't know you, I never met you in my life, but you know what I look like. And I don't know what you look like, but you know everything that I'm doing and every move, that is stalking. That is stalking. That's stalking. I don't care how you put it. I don't care if you say the color draws are green in the eyes of the law and everybody else. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Give it to you like this. Just like Brene know everything Akira doing, that's the same thing Holly did. We're not going to act like she didn't. That's stalking. It's there. Another thing is, we saw with the gun residue and the autopsy and everything, Romika did not have none on her. So that means she was far away. That is also saying, hey, that is what I told y'all before the court documents came out, everybody was reading them. I said, what they're going to try to figure out, they have September 8th, right? Right. They're going to show y'all how they got there. But one thing about it, what they're not telling y'all they have in them court documents is how they got there to September 8th until it's time to go to court, which is very, very smart. And another thing, if they never met, how in the hell did she call her grandmother? She's never met her. They never broke bread. They never went shopping. They never had a conversation about children. They never even hung the out. How did you get on the phone with the grandmother? I'm not understanding. Hey, a girl I had to, girl I got to. We gonna get it to why? Because I saw this stuff. I said, wait, what the hell going on? Hold on, clutch. There's too much going on. Stalking. So it's like that's just like you can sit here and tell me about somebody. I don't know who this person is, but every time you tell me, you telling me, oh, this person, this and that. But then you don't never sit here and tell me, how the fuck you know that? And y'all ain't never talk. That's why I ask, well, how you know that? Oh, well, I don't. You stalking? Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, come on now, let's be for real. That's stalking. I think that because y'all see it as it's a woman and not a man, it's a difference. Women can be stalkers too. I'm gonna say it again. Women can be stalkers too. Women can be suspects and men can be victims. I don't think everybody got that wrapped around too tight that can happen. We are living in a new age. He just told y'all, I ain't talked to her in months. So when he said that on live, I say, well, how the hell she got the number? She went and filed a TPO in December. They never met. Oh, she was stopped. Let me remind you, they didn't meet each other. She was still being around her baby father. And this one wasn't getting the time of day. Let me tell you what I really think. He was hiding the fact that he had another child. It wasn't because of anything else. It was the fact, still remains to this, to what I feel, because the way he talks about Romika, and yeah, he might have tried to drown her, but I'm finna tell you something. The memories he are playing, that nigga was still in love with that girl. I don't care how y'all put it, flip it, scrub it to the side. He just can't believe that she moved on. Nobody want to have somebody move on where they can't keep coming back when they feel like it or they feel like it's not gonna work. He didn't expect for it to work with Holly. That's what it gave me. Whether y'all like it or not, he didn't expect for that. He felt like maybe that's it. But he thought he was Christopher Maurice Brown over here and she Rihanna Carucci and it went where it went. And just like Rihanna walked away again. So you gotta understand that was what it was. No, she did not stalk her. No, he was still attached to her in ways nobody knows about. And I truly believe when we get close to it, because there's going to be a trial, when a trial comes upon and they get all this information, I truly believe that it's going to come out that it was a three-way. A lot of people have been saying it was a three-way. We could tell it was. And I feel like that will be confirmed during the trial. It will also be confirmed that there was no phone call, because I guarantee you I don't believe there was a phone conversation. It will also be confirmed that she said that because she felt some type of way. Like I said before in my previous lives that I did before this one, how can you know when you're going back to that man's house, you know what time? First of all, why would you call by the road when you could have been had that phone call before that girl got over there? It don't make sense. Why would you make a phone call by a robe when you know you're going to go back over there? I'm not calling for nothing. You see, you don't, I don't care. It's a robe. Like, why would you make that phone call? How would she call? You call, and it's already stated. She called about the robe. Why would you call and how? Let's think about it. Put two and two together. She knew she was there. Why? Because she was paying attention to her. She found out who she was. There was no friend. If she went snooping herself, he was probably tagged in some photos. Another thing, if you really want to get technical and honest, why would she have to bully her when she My bad, y'all. I was wiping my keyboard. When she was moving forward, I don't forgot what I was about to say that darn quick. It kind of don't make sense. I'm starting to believe that she felt like it was competition. It's a lot that's gonna come out. I'm finna say this. She might still have supporters, but the way I feel, once everything unravels, she will not have supporters. And then I was hearing about the motion. Child. Jesus Lord. First of all, I want to say to her defense attorney, I can't be mad at her. The girl is doing everything she can. Everything she can. Everything she can. She's doing her job. She was paid for a job. She is doing her job. We cannot say girl, but no. She's doing everything she can. What she says she's going to try to do, and that's all she can do. I'm sorry, y'all. I was reading something, but she doing everything she can. I ain't mad about it. I have to say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest. From watching all these trials that happened before all of this, I'm gonna tell, and I told y'all before, and I say it again. You don't know nothing else, baby. They finna go tooth and bone, nail and nail. Let me tell you something. The DA is doing a great job. They gonna pull out what they got. And her defense attorney is going to do their best. Will she get her off? I don't think so. But will she get a lighter sentence? She probably will. Now, listen, y'all know I'm still Justin Monique all day. But let's be for real. Hey, Terry, they are pulling, baby, they're going tooth and nail. Now, this is one thing I want to say I do not believe. No offense. And I was listening to another content creator yesterday. Shout out to her for all that tea she gave. Because I was thinking the same thing. How you feeding the homeless, but you out the country all the time? Out. You wasn't supposed to leave during the investigation, and you had left, and they put all your business out on the internet to try to make people seem unbothered. How you not a flight risk? Thank you, Terry. You a flight risk. The judge see that. And then on top of that, I'm trying to fit. It's no shade. Oh, she went to school and she was. This is where y'all got to start asking. I want y'all to take this with y'all, okay? Because y'all know I'm very gun-ho on, hey, we're going into March, May, November. I want y'all to take this with y'all because y'all got to think about this. I want y'all to think about this every time. I don't care if it's with a man, woman, voting, driving, job, whatever. I want you to take this with you and ask these questions. Okay? I want you to keep it in your head because this is where y'all get messed up all the time. If you went to school, what was the intentions of going for that degree in that area? And now we seeing that you're now facing a life sentence. Just like I tell y'all, I'm going to use an example politically and before we get into other stuff. And I want y'all to take this with you. And this is just the same how I think about when I heard that. You know what else? What it brought me into remembrance? They are the two people in the same coin. Whether you like it or not, this is being honest. How can you keep another country from coming here when you're trying to save them? I'm not understanding. What is your intention? Always ask when a person tell you something or you hear, what was the intention of that though? Just like you say, oh, somebody came to sit by me, but they were my friend, but then everything, when y'all fall out, they go and tell your business. What was the intentions? So what was her intention on going to get this degree in criminal justice? So these are two things that come to my mind, and that's probably going to come into the state attorney mind. Did you go to further your career, or did you go to cover it up? Let's think about it. Did you go for a career, or did you go just so you can know how to go through the nooks and crannies so you can get, you got to think, listen, people intentions are not what y'all think it is. You have to ask yourself them questions. You have to ask yourself. So yes, that's probably why self-defense does not come into play, because now they're putting the pieces together. We don't have the full piece, but in those court documents, they're stating everything in the full attraction of what is going on. Y'all have to stop saying it was a lie. No, baby, it's not a lie. When I hear folks say it was a lie, I don't believe it was a lie. And y'all the same ones that believe the liar that's sitting here telling y'all that gas prices is down. There's no shade. I'm sorry. And we seeing rises in food. I'm sorry. I have to put it out there. I'm sorry. I have to put it out there. We're not going to sit here and do all that you don't believe that. Because like I told y'all before, that's what it's giving. I have to laugh at that. It's laughable because it's right in your face. It's right in your face. It's not self-defense. You want me to tell you something? What I want to say though to her supporters, I want to say this. People respect y'all if y'all didn't want to go below the belt and post witnesses and feel like you're going to be inferior, like they won't lock your ass up. You are interfering in the case. And I'm finna tell you another thing. You going to want to be there to support her. You doing that is going to fuck up your support and it's going to mess up her case. Congratulations. And then I'm here, oh, ain't nobody going to find. It don't matter about finding. That is against the law. Because if anything happened, they're going to know who said something. And then I'm seeing if they didn't want it in there. First of all, that wasn't your place, want to be FBI, to sit here and out that girl like that. That is not your place. That's not your job. You do not have a degree to do that. You don't work in anything for that to be done. You never. Let me explain something. This is why I say y'all can't say y'all bloggers, some of y'all, because the way y'all moving. This is how Tasha K got sued the millions of dollars, as well as Milagro Grams. Putting out information that don't need to be put out is a crime. And also, if you are a real blogger, you will never do that. I'm going to say it again. Even in journalism, you cannot do that. That gets you messed up. That is a lawsuit to happen. That is a major lawsuit. Now, how y'all know y'all putting that girl stuff out and think it's a kiki, ha-ha, because y'all feel like y'all losing? This girl won't go to attorney and say, I'm finna sue the F out of y'all. Baby, this is we going into a recession. Don't nobody got no damn million motherfucking dollars. But since you feel like it was cool and it's cute and it's funny, I hope she sue you. We are going into where you are going to have to figure out what you're going to do with your next life if you still going to live, because the way they try to knock people off. Don't nobody got $1 million? Eggs, gas, rent, mortgage, all that is high. Up north, up north is losing their energy and lights probably by January because Canada said no. Hello, we about to go into fighting on some BS and some made up war where our dollars finna go. We finna really be out here struggling. Don't nobody got $1 billion? Okay, nobody got it. Ain't got it. Court fees on top of that is enough. What make you think to post that about somebody? Oh, she got her back. So damn what? Everybody and their mama got a damn background. Just like everybody got kids. Yes. Just the newer generation coming up, they saying hell no. Everybody got kids. Everybody got something going on. Almost everybody got debt. probably done paid it off. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Okay. And so what they got to do with her being a witness? Oh, it don't work. See, this isn't going for a job. Let me explain something else to you that's gonna be a key that ain't shit you can do about. Most of them jurors probably got a background. Y'all gonna mess that up for the jury too. The jury that they gonna pick for the trial, y'all gonna expose them. Then guess what? You're gonna be in contempt. They're not playing with these contempt charges out here anymore. They on your ass. That's in contempt. This trial ain't even. I hate to see what it's gonna look like for the trial. What y'all gonna do? Argue with everybody that want to report about it? Y'all gonna argue about it? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the courthouse and argue and try to get people. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna sit here and try to knock people off for report. Let me tell you something. You report anything. You can't stop a blogger or a media journalist from coming to the courthouse to report anything. Just like that, you can't stop them from going to the White House. It's just nobody can stop it. Like, it's what it is. This isn't a job. This is a case. You act like you reporting this girl background to a job that pay a great salary. Like, what? Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Some of the stuff and how y'all moving makes me, I keep saying it makes me question some shit in my mind. If you are MAGA, Black MAGA, put your hands up, because that's what it's giving. If you are Black MAGA, you are tap dancing and cool, then put your hands up, because that's what it gives to me. I'm sorry, I have to say that. It gives that. I don't care who don't like it. It give me that. You come towards a Black woman for just doing her job out loud and doing what she paid to do. Now you come in, and then you find out that witness, ooh, yay, that was Hispanic, but I don't know. And don't piss me off. Please don't. This is disgusting. But yeah, it's a mess. So I mean, hey, Team Justice for Marika. I'm gonna say this. People thought it was funny when they did it. Shit, Justice for Marika, Monday come tomorrow. I mean, they set it up like that. They want the gloves off, do what you do. I ain't even mad at you. I can't be mad at you. And I'm not finna be mad at you. That's some real nigga shit. If they feel like they want to do that, then do what you do. Just make sure your best move. That's how I feel. I'm trying to stop Tia from. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with that. That's like you telling Fox. That's just like the paperwork he put on these mainstreams not to tell what's going on with the Epstein files to me. I'm sorry. I can't get jiggy with that shit. Fair is fair. All right, so listen, we got to go into something else, cause I'm seeing him. This one made me go live. Shout out, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Nina. Lord Jesus, have mercy. So it's not funny, but it's funny when I heard, oh, let me share this. I hope she don't bad. First of all, who the hell told this lady this shit? Y'all gotta stop y'all shit, dad. And I'm gonna tell you what made me go live. I'm gonna point out what I believe, and I'm gonna point out what I disagree and what I know is a fucking lie. I hate this. No, listen. I'm not saying that what she said. This is her story. This was, I guess, her experience. I feel like this, I cannot agree with it. Because I know it just don't make sense to me. But let's get into it. So the girl tagged Nina and said that she was locked up with her. She's in there starving and not showering. I can't believe that. I'm gonna get into why. Showering, maybe she not, maybe she is, maybe, and I'm gonna tell you why. When you in them showers, it's not private. You're showering with other women. There is no telling why she's not either. Let's keep that in mind. And not taking prenatals. I don't believe that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, two things for certain. They could be giving her prenatals, but I don't believe that because you have to take them and they're going to force you to take your prenatal vitamins. They're going to force you to, first of all, let me explain something. Her not eating or prenatals with the baby ain't going to cut it, because if anything happened, they're going to blame it on the cook kind where she's at. You can't do that. Because how they're looking at it now, because it's so much pro-life stuff, they're looking at it as, well, that's what the mother wanted. You helped her with that. They're putting y'all in jail for that. I can't believe that. I personally cannot believe that. Because I have went over pro-life laws over the 50 states, blue or red, and what has been enforced by the Supreme Court. I can't just sit here and believe that she's not getting medical attention or not eating or taking her vitamins in their care because of the climate we in. I cannot believe that. So I'm not saying it couldn't be true. I just can't believe that because of how we're seeing things play out with the begging of children at this moment. They are thieving for your uterus to have kids, okay? She is a dream. They're not gonna, I'm just being honest with y'all. She is a dream, okay? They want her to have that baby. We have seen it, okay? You are the best thing since. Oh, you're like a berry. Hello? No. Yeah, I said it. To them, you can, baby Jesus. That's their money. Even if they don't agree, that is their money. I'm telling y'all think I'm lying. I swear for God, I ain't lying. That's how they look at it. Okay. So I can't believe that. Now, one thing I can believe, there was a conversation. But I'm going to tell y'all something else. I believe that part. Even though people say, oh, they can't. I believe that part. You don't think? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Ms. Shay. I felt that way too. I felt like it was a ploy to use it. But right now, until we hear further, I have to go with that for now. Now, she is in the maternal part or medical part. She could be, or it's something they're not saying it what it is. But I don't know. But if she is, there is no way she can't take vitamins or feed that baby. They are not playing with that, with the way this pro-life mess is going on. They want you with a child in your uterus. I'm going to say it again. Everybody listening, don't leave out, come in. They want a child. They want you married with a child in your uterus. They don't care if you locked up, long as you had that child and that baby come out into society of what they feel like should be and things to keep moving, because you have to buy things for that child. It costs. That's how they see it. That's I'm just the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the facts. They don't care if they don't care if you in the lavender marriage. Have that baby. Hello? That's just the truth. They were saying that now, is she on the phone and tablet? Absolutely, I believe that. Somebody, you want me to tell you why I believe that? When he did the live, somebody asked him, he ignored the question. There go your answer. You answered, that's like you asking a man, do he think she attractive? And he switched the conversation. They'll say nothing. Hello. Yeah, he talking to her. Yes, they won't, baby. The government said, give us. Let me tell you something. This is a sidebar, and this is how I know they want her to have that baby. She could, but that'd be a charge if she did. This is how I'm telling y'all they want these babies. Have y'all paid attention to I want y'all to pay attention to this. The teenage birth rate has been low. Women are getting engaged in their late 30s, going into their 40s and up. And then they're having children. So the younger generation said no, and it's about education. This is why they're trying to dismantle the Department of, I said this before, of Education, because you're messing up what they're trying to do in order for it to exchange and go how they want it to go. They don't believe y'all should have an education. They don't believe y'all should have something going on. So when I heard about an 18-year-old getting married, I say, whoa, that is a problem for me, because that is what they want to happen. They want y'all and your children to be wives and husbands and babies, because they feel like that is the way. She, as her being a pregnant woman, and they don't care if you in prison. They don't care. We seen how they did the lady in Georgia, right? As long as she is pregnant, she is treated like that girl. We're going to play the live what the girl said, like precious cargo. Chicago is already in the fight to where they're trying to go for the people. But you got people that saying, F them people. This is what we want. That's why they're saying we got to play our cards, because if we don't, they know it's a lot deeper than what y'all think. But as long as you are pregnant in jail, you are precious, beautiful cargo. You have to be. That's how they want it. I believe she did speak bad on the victim. I don't care how y'all feel about it. I truly believe that. She has no remorse. Male-centered women. I'm gonna do a breakdown about male-centered women. I'm gonna do one this week. Male-centered women are very much dangerous. They're dangerous. Male-centered women will do anything in the center of a man. He don't even have to be a good man. He could be an abuser. That cape that they want to put on and tie around their neck for that man, they're going to do. They don't care if their children is involved. The children, at some point, as long as they have I'm going to be honest. Y'all get mad, I don't give a damn. What I get from her is, this is my opinion. You ain't got to like, I don't give a damn, but don't come on and talk shit. Let's be respectful. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. This is how I feel and how I see it. I could be wrong, but from most male-centered women, this always end up not being picked, and they always be the case. I talk about this with a mom content creator. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara and him, Miss Barbara know I talk about Olivia and how she's very male-centered, where she have the children with the men, because that is attachment for her to still have that attachment with that man. Yes, they are very dangerous, girl. Baby, let me tell you something. I wouldn't even want to be friends with them. The moment I hear how a woman is very male-centered, I cut it off. We can't be friends. Because if I sit here and tell you something about your man, it can go either way. They're very dangerous. She has 2 kids with him, right? I personally feel, in my opinion, she wanted to be the only centered. If him and her broke up, them children would not be a thought. I'm finna be honest with you. They would not be a thought. And the reason I say that is because her life is so centered around him. Remember how Cassie said, whatever Diddy wants, he gets? Whatever makes him happy, that's how they see it. So, like, Cassie was forced. This is not a force. This is her mind. You need to do what makes him happy. Listen, I grew up in the church. Okay? If y'all go to church, pay attention. Not all the church women are like that, but pay attention to the male-centered women that be in the church. I'm telling you, pay attention. You'll see it. You're going to be like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. The grooming of, if you go to church, I don't want to step on your foot, but I got to be honest. It starts when we in the church. You have to be a wife. You got to be a mother. That's just a woman of God, right? Then when you get older, you start seeing what changed the culture was. Women would start to be able to go into these schools. Women were starting to get degrees. And so, yes, okay. But pay attention to some of the stuff that those women who applaud it, they love it. Pay attention to the ones that don't. Hold on. Yeah, do you want me to tell you why she treat her male sons like that? Because we're gonna get into it tomorrow. Because of the fact is the fathers are not with them. Long as she is with the father or some attachment, she going and think she can say anything, do anything. She has some male-centered ways. And at the same token, I don't think Olivia like having male children because she's trying to groom them into being the men that what y'all call the men with mommy issues. Them relationship with the mother is non-existent, very non-existent. It's sad, but I'm so glad that, ain't gonna lie, I'm just glad them children can start somewhere. Let me see if I can find that live. I hope Nina don't mind me playing it. Baby, I heard this story. Hold on. I was gonna say what now? Hold on, let me see. So she gonna message. Hold on, I'm finna share the screen.
Now would be the time for you to start not showering, not taking prenatal vitamins, and barely eating on the medical maternity unit.
That I can't believe that because they have to force you to eat if you're pregnant. She can't. I'm gonna tell. I wish I could call my friend. Hold on, let me see if she's busy. She would tell you, no, baby, you gotta eat. You're treated like precious cargo. Hold on. Let me text my homegirl. Let me see if she answer. She might be busy with her son. Let me see. Cause she'll tell you. What you doing?
What's up?
What you doing?
In the bed.
Okay, so you're on my live. So I'm doing now. Listen, this is being. I'm doing a live about the girl. Now, one of the girls called in and said that you remember I said she was supposed to be pregnant. Now she's not eating or the one about the case about the unaliving one.
The case about the who? What?
Hold on. That one. So the one that unalived her, there's a girl going and saying that she not taking prenatals and eating, and she's in the medical part. Now I said that's not true.
Wait. She's in jail.
Yeah, in the medical part because she's pregnant. So she's
in the infirmary.
Uh-huh.
And she's not taking what now?
They say she's not taking her prenatals or eating.
Okay.
Do they do that?
No.
Okay. That's why I called you, because I don't believe that's true that she can't just not eat and take prenatals. Like they don't, like if she don't want to.
She don't have to eat. They don't monitor you eating, but they give you food. So if you don't eat, that's your choice. But they make sure you eat something because you have to eat something.
Uh-huh.
But those prenatal, when they hand to you, when they're handed to you, open your mouth.
And they watch
show
you.
That you swallow those prenatal.
Okay. I say, wait, let me call my friend.
And she's not the guard, because well, I don't know how they do it there, but here they literally hand you your food.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like, the nurse hand you the prenatals. And then you tell them everything that goes on, like, if you're having problems, if you're not eating, if you feel sick, blase, blase. But they make sure you take those prenatals. 100%. Just like any pill they give you, you open your mouth, you sit right there and take it in front of the nurse's face. Everybody.
So
every pregnant person in there.
Yeah.
Take it in front of the nurse's face.
So they treat you like precious cargo.
Not really.
Not really, but
they can care less. But them prenatals, you taking them.
Okay.
Because you have to, because the doctor comes.
Oh.
I think once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a nurse there every day. But she doesn't stay. She only works like 8 hours. And then she goes home. But the doctor comes, I think, once a week or once a month to check everybody out.
Okay.
And they can tell if you have not been taking your prenatals, if you haven't been eating and stuff like that, they're going to say something about it. How long she been locked up for?
Since early part of December.
Oh, she done seen the doctor.
Okay.
And that's probably they say she's not eating because the doctor said she's not eating.
Oh. Okay.
But those prenatals, she's taking those prenatals.
Wow.
But the eating part, yeah, nah. They ain't got to eat.
Damn. All right, I'm going to call you back. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
So she got to take prenatals. Okay. But I called my friend because my friend did a week and she found out she was pregnant with her daughter. So yes, you have to take them prenatal vitamins.
You can't buy food.
Hey.
She still has no remorse and is only concerned with talking to Carlos.
I believe it. I believe
you heard me. That's her only concern. You see, because I'm mad. Okay. Her only concern is talking to Carlos. Oh, I'm so sick of that guy. Okay. So she still has no remorse and only concern with talking to Carlos. She is very demonic. Okay. And she believes that she's slow. And y'all know what that means. She was smiling hard after court and still speaking bad on the victim.
I believe it.
She's still speaking bad on the victim in jail. Ridiculous. She's in there telling people she's going to get off. So, yeah.
I don't think it's set into her yet that this is really happening. And I don't think it was set into her until she gets her judgment. I don't think it's set in yet. I really don't believe in her mind this is what this is what it like. I don't think it's set in yet. I don't know how long it's gonna take for her to set in. I'm gonna say this. When she realized she's not coming home and that man can be with anybody, that's gonna hurt her. That's gonna be the question factor. That's what she.
We need to talk about this. This is very, very,
right,
very, very
fast forward a little bit.
With Nina.
Okay, for sure. Hi, everyone. So, I knew about this case from the morning that it happened. I seen the videos that were just heartbreaking. I'm a mother. I have sisters. I have been in situations where this could have been me, in my younger years where, females were after me about guys and, Guys were playing both sides, things like that. So, I cried about it from the first day that I seen it, you know, and especially, seeing her mother, her sisters, and what was the icing on the cake for me was when I seen her son at the funeral, and he kind of like, like he just couldn't take it. And, I'm just like, no, I have children and my children love me. And, it just brings chills to me. So I have been following this story since it first happened, the first day, the first morning. But also, I've seen like different content creators' pages, but I was familiar with your page. That's what made me contact you because it was just like, like I was so happy and excited the day when she was incarcerated. Like for real, on December the 3rd, I was just like, yes, this was something like it crushed my heart to know that happened to that girl and her family and her son. So, I was fully aware of who she is, who her family is, like, the post. I've been following this story since day one. So when, I knew I had to go for like a traffic like violation, missing court. I knew that
girl,
I would end up where she was at. So I don't know. I just felt it. But I knew I was like maternity ward, medical, same thing. So that night when I got there, everyone was sleeping. So that morning when they were calling everyone for vitals or prenatal vitamins, they did say Johnson. And they was like, Johnson is refusing. So
okay, we just got the phone with my homegirl. Didn't she say that? You have to take them vitamins. You have to take prenatals. I think when it comes to her, y'all. So because the reason I'm doing this and how I felt about it, I had to call her because I was hearing people didn't believe it. But you have to take your vitamins. You cannot go back to your room without them. Another thing, like she said, you ain't got to eat if you don't want to, but if that doctor tell you got to eat, you got to eat. I believe she does not want to have her child in jail for whatever reason. I truly believe that she knows that child will be raised with somebody else. Her other child already will be. But you got to think, this one, absolutely.
So I was like, that has to be her. I just felt it. I just knew God, like, I was like, I'm going to really watch her. So the unit that we were on, it was like maybe at the most 14 to 15 women. Most of them were pregnant. But in this first particular room, there was 5 women to the room. 3 Caucasian women, 1 Mexican, and it was Miss Johnson. She finally did come out after a while to get on the phone. It seems to me that, that was pretty much all that she was worried about doing. She wasn't really eating. She was expressing that she was vegan to the officers. So they didn't really have much of a variety to give.
She vegan? Hey, Miguel. She vegan? Okay.
To her.
Did you know?
So, pretty much she just, she was on the phone. She was just like smiling, giggling on the phone most of the time. Like, a lot of people couldn't even use the phone because it just seemed like, she needed to be on that phone communicating with, quote unquote, her baby daddy.
Yeah.
I never, like, I couldn't, me as a person, I couldn't bring it to myself to even really, like, talk to her or even give her a smile because I wasn't going to do that. I had to really contain myself. This little small day room, we would be out from 7 to 1.
That's
And
true.
then we would come back out from
That part I believe. Because they let you come out because they're doing shifts, and plus you have to see the doctor, you have to see the nurse, and then um shift change is at 6 in the morning. Their lunch or shift change depends on how long they stay or who's there. Then you got another shift change around like 6 something to 7. So it's different shifts for everybody.
like 4 to 9:30 at night. The only thing, you know, she would sometimes sit at the table with the girls. Well, mostly she's on the phone, but she would sometimes sit at the table with the young ladies. And, you know, I did hear her, and I wouldn't sit at the table. I was sitting like 2 tables over. But you can hear everything. It's a really small
Of
room.
course.
You can hear everything everyone was saying. But when she would be on the phone, I really couldn't hear because she would have the phone, or her hand over her mouth while she would be on the phone. So I did hear her on one particular day saying that, and of course I didn't know what was going on with Carlos with the DCFS situation. I guess that was what was going on that day. So she was like, you know, I don't know, her family don't want him to be around the baby, well, around his son, and they think they're saying it's traumatic. Everyone's saying it's traumatic, but how is it traumatic or traumatizing? I was looking at the corner of my eye like, no, she couldn't be serious.
Yeah,
So
she
she
is.
was like, he was supposed to been here custody of his son because
Oh, stop. That's what he been telling her. That's what he's been telling her. That's some crazy ass shit to have a Wait a minute. Male centered. Male centered. Why would you can't tell me it's not. Why hasn't she questioned anything he has said? That's not your husband. And with patterns, if y'all have any, why not question anything? Does it has she had I don't know. I'll say what is given later. I'm feeling like I don't think she dated like that for real. I don't think she been in nothing like really, really, really serious. I really don't. I think this is her first serious relationship, and they have children. This is very serious in her mind, and this is it. I don't think she has serious relationships. Because for you to sit here and say you haven't had one,
even when the little boy was a baby, she left the baby outside, and then she recently just left the baby outside
he told her that.
and the little boy rung the doorbell. Yeah, we all seen that on Facebook, but this is what she was saying to these women.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, Nina, okay? 1 second. My door
That's
down.
crazy.
Sorry.
This is crazy.
Mm-mm-mm.
Crazy.
How can you say that about what somebody did? Were you there? Did you talk to her? No.
Mm.
She did not have one conversation with that girl.
Mm.
That's sad.
Did you need to come down and get something? Okay, just come down quietly, please. You good? You hungry? You already ate dinner. Did you need something else? Snack? Okay. Y'all, while we waiting on her, throw the pink emojis, please. Because, you know, give us the real deal.
That's not even
about
it.
this.
That's not it yet.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
give it all to us, honey. We got time.
Okay, so
We got plenty of time, girl.
this young lady. Well, this I don't even want to call her a lady because ladies don't do that.
Another thing, pause, because I got to pause. I told y'all if somebody was in jail with her, they were going to come out and say something. I told y'all that. Even like when I talk about what the mommy said, I told y'all somebody going to come out that jail and tell y'all what's going on. I'm telling you, I say somebody going to come out because they know this is a big case. Somebody going to come, somebody going to walk out that jail and contact and say, I need to talk to you. Didn't I tell y'all that? Child, this is, whew. Folks, yes, people are going to talk. And let me tell you something else. She might not be the only person. She might not be the only person.
I don't know what to call that girl, but it's so cold in Chicago. It's raining outside. Okay, so back to where I was at when so she was like, she had already rung the doorbell and left the little boy at the door, trying to make this lady seem like she wasn't a mother.
Yeah, I
So I
said
was
that.
like,
The woman that she killed.
the woman that she shot in the face, that she would never be like, that she couldn't even compare it to, honestly. So what she did was,
She can't.
she went from there to say, because one of like the Mexican pregnant lady,
Let them know who.
That's the problem. That's the problem. It's the cape. That's the only problem I got with them. It's the caping for him. I'm still trying to figure out why the cape is on for him. I'm not understanding. Like, take it off. But then not all of them, because I know some people that are supporting her and I can't put them in this category. But the go hard ones that's going hard for her, real, real hard, they're very male-centered. They're very male-centered. Because the cape is on. I don't understand. Take it off. It's in your face. That's like you sitting here, you tell your friend, baby, he cheating. And you see it, like it's in your face. He's not, I matter. And I no, like, what's up? What are you doing? They can't keep caping for Carlos. To the ones that's keeping with the support with Holly, I give them that because I have not heard them cape for him. But to the ones that's caping real hard and going real extreme for him and for her together, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's right in y'all face. What is going on? Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off around your neck. I'm tired. You're not Superwoman. Take it off. Don't snatch it off. Just snatch it. And relax. Because he's not caping for her. Thank you. They should want him to be held accountable. And guess what? He's not caping for this girl. He's saying how he feel to cover himself. That man ain't once put a cape on for her. This is crazy.
All was, give them that, bring them there to the scene.
At the table, because she really only talked to her roommates. And that was the 3 Caucasian ladies and the 1 Mexican. All of these ladies was like over 30 weeks pregnant. And one of them was in there for kind of like, for shooting a girl that quote unquote stabbed her, but that girl lived. So I guess she felt comfortable speaking with this girl.
Of course.
But 2 different type of situations, I'm sure.
She's going to feel comfortable speaking to her because you got to understand the girls probably, I'm not going to say it's not that serious, but it is serious. And they probably do have some similarities to where it's a conversation that can be had. I don't see how the folks be pregnant and doing all of that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You already miserable. You're hot. No, and then the food is trash. Hell, baby, no, that's all right. Mm-mm, 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 can't do it. Mm-mm. You want what you crave, not what they can give you. Nobody want that. You craving you a sandwich. Then look what they give you. In my life, nobody want that. Nobody. Who wants that? That's nasty. Mm-mm. Yeah, she's in the pregnancy unit. So the reason why the girl said she knew that she was not taking her prenatals and stuff was because they heard the doctor. So most of those girls are in the pregnancy unit and they're expecting. That's where she's at. Yeah. That's exactly where she at, the pregnancy unit.
And I didn't speak with none of them. I just listen. I'm nosy anyway. I got that real mother ear. So so she was like, I didn't look at them. I didn't make no expressions. I was just reading my book. So the girl was like, well, I would have did that. I was going to do that to my baby daddy before.
Mm-mm.
So Holly really didn't say, like respond to that. Because the girl kind of agreed with what, quote unquote, Romika did. So
she agreed with what Romika did.
Well, what she quote unquote did, leaving her baby when Carlos said she left the baby at the door and pulled off. And he was ringing the bell, the little boy.
Miss Barbara.
You know what? One thing to think about, had more time had taken place before she ruined being a mother, her ass probably would have had to do the same shit.
Yeah, what? Probably worse. Because
let's be for real.
Because from what it seemed, it seemed like Carlos was an active father, at one point. But you know how they be when you want to leave them.
I think her mother will. I'm not sure. He has some cases with, I guess, DCF with all this stuff. I'm not sure. Now, my question is, is Carson also put with that situation? Because of the fact is that he does have some rights, but it's going to take a while. Maybe they're looking into that, but it probably would go to her mother. You know what, Miss Barbara? We know she eating.
Yeah, he switched up. Okay.
We know she gonna come out, Miss Barbara. Let me go come out and say, I made me a burrito. I made a burrito chicken. It's so good, guys. It's so good. All right, stop.
According to the sisters.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. So, okay, so this was the comment. I almost fell out. Okay. She was like, well, he had his son every day, even on the weekends.
Now, hold on. How did he have his son every day when he said he has not talked to her? We saw that he did have him at times, but we got to get ready for some context, because we going to have some context pull up. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell y'all. He don't want them kids. I'm going to tell y'all something. It's going to show proof. That man ain't who he think he is. Y'all going to see her lose her mind in that courtroom. I'm telling y'all now, and about to go crazy, because she's not going to want to believe it. I'm telling you right now. She's not. Okay. Yeah, I think her mom does have. So I think the mom will take. Godly. Ooh, prayers to. I know y'all don't care. But to think of her mama done raising her children, they gotta just prayers to her mama. Prayers to Miss Tina too. Y'all don't put these women in situations. They probably had First, y'all got Miss Tina grieving. On top of that, she got to be an active grandmother. On top of that, Miss Tina probably was getting ready to prepare, just like Holly Mama, to get ready to prepare for retirement and just be a grandma when they felt like it. And because of y'all decisions that y'all want to go and mess up lives, y'all don't put these people. If I was any of their mother, I would be mad at y'all. Even Carlos, if I was your mom, I'd be cussing you out too. I'm sorry, because now you don't put her in something. Ain't no way in hell. No, y'all now done sitting here. They done raising y'all. Okay. Now look at what you put in, and then motherless. Come on now. I heard that he had a third one too. I don't know. But we gonna see how that is. Yeah, but they mad at right. But y'all the what? Child, ain't no way.
And she got that same voice on that video. I will never. So, it was just so annoying. It was cringing.
She talk
So
annoying for real.
she said, she was like, he was like the mother,
Huh?
and she was more so like the baby daddy. I wanted to say, excuse me. I was so upset when she said that. I said, so she's really even trying to downplay this girl's motherhood. Like you
can't do that.
You ain't been in this girl's shoes.
You ain't talked to this girl. And another thing, ma'am, you can't downplay. No, you girl. If it's true, you can't downplay somebody else's mama. Look where you at. Girl, please, don't piss me off. How you gonna talk about somebody being the baby? Well, you acting like a baby daddy too. Look exactly where you at. You where somebody got to tell you what time you got to get up, eat, sleep, take a crap. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. If she acting like a ninja, you acting like a ninja too. How about that? How you gonna sit there and tell somebody, girl, if you don't get your life, she was inactive anyway. This girl is deceased. Remind you, gone to glory, sitting at the foot of Jesus, and you is deciding to still sit your non-common sense and probably non-book sense. You can't have one without the other. Maybe she do. And you decide to sit here and come out your mouth that she was the baby daddy. As you sit in jail with a child doing baby daddy things. How that work? That don't sound right. Something's a little off. It's a little special. Because that don't make sense. I don't care who said anything. That don't make sense to me. How the hell you gonna come in on the phone and tell somebody or tell these females, yeah, but she wasn't how do you know what she was doing? Because he told you? Huh? Your man told you? Your man said this is what it was? This girl, so now you upset because you did something to her? Huh? And she's sitting with the Lord? She's not here. So you mad about that too? Like, what is wrong with you? This girl is gone, and you talk about her parenting. But y'all want to say that she cared? Please miss me. That girl didn't give a goddamn about that boy. She didn't care. That girl does not care about that. I'm sorry. She don't. I don't care how y'all try to flip it, make it cute. She didn't care. You want to be honest, she don't even give a damn about her own child. She ain't eating and sleeping because she can't talk to him. We ain't hear nobody say, yeah, she ain't eating and sleeping because she want to see her kids. She cry every day because she can't touch them or kiss them. That girl don't give a damn about them damn kids. I just told y'all she male centered. She give a damn about him. That is her lifeline. Not once did anybody hear her say anything about her kids. Anybody say, you know what, I hate this situation. I don't like it, but dang, did she care about his? Obviously, when she was talking about, oh, he got boils and he got this in the sun, she don't give a fuck about him either. So I'm trying to understand why the hell y'all want people to give a fuck. What is supposed to be given here? It don't make sense. Please take y'all cape off.
At all. You don't even know who you're dealing with. You're dancing with the devil, obviously. So,
and then that lets you wonder, what all is he saying to this girl?
A lot.
He didn't even know her.
Absolutely. That lets you
all
know.
Is he saying? What all is Carlos?
Not right now.
That lets you know that that is evidence that he egged this on completely. He painted the narrative that she was I don't know, like just not a good mother. He's the father of the year. He instigated that little beef or whatever that was.
He did. That's why he keeps saying, damn, I'm sorry. Yeah, nigga, you got your feelings. You ran to her talking shit. She was, oh baby, I don't know why, babe. Hold on, let me say. He probably was like, F her. This is just how me reacting, y'all. F her, blah, blah, blah. Oh, baby, don't worry about it. We gon', yeah, now, hold on, give me a minute because I'm playing this video. We gon' sit here and we gonna have our own. You ain't gotta worry about her. We gonna see what we can do. We can show her we can be a family. I'm trying to tell you. Rubbing his back. You hungry? She being a lifeline of a listening ear. He just sucking. She's sucking it up. And he like, yeah, I got somebody that's really right. I'm telling y'all, that's how I go. Trust.
Like he made her think that it was okay. That she
like she was just this low life of a parent.
Yeah, and she can do and that Holly can do whatever to her. Ooh. And it's not gonna mean nothing to him.
Bingo.
He like when he got on that live and said he loved both of them, you didn't display it.
What I say
to Holly that you loved her. Couldn't have been. You know, like me as a mother, my kid's father would never talk about me like that. You say she crazy, but one thing about her, she's a great mom.
And then you let her get away with it. Mm-hmm. And it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
All the way down to she done murdered the girl. We done discovered it.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been told her to delete that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's your son's mother. Like, how could you love your son? And, like, come on, that's his mother. Like, I just can't understand. Like, no, that girl, his mother. So, okay, so with that, I was like, okay. So, I kind of just watched her. She just, stayed on the phone a lot. And, she was just giggly. And I believe that it seemed like she was either talking to her mom or Carlos. And, sometimes she would go in the room, but most of the time she would just be sitting watching TV or watching The Price is Right. Like nothing is going on. Like, or watching, like the bake off of the, the cakes with Master Chef. And she was just normal. Like, I never once heard her mention her son and how, she needed to go home. It's almost Christmas. I don't even know this girl from a can of paint. We were watching like a movie at one point. Like she was very talkative to that table. She was like, "Oh yeah, we was watching like Next Friday," and she was like, "This was the last movie me and my father. This is my favorite movie. This is the last movie me and my father watched before he passed away." And I was like, "This girl, this is what you're just talking like casually like." This not going on.
Like your ass ain't in fucking jail for being charged with murder.
Okay, so I'll go to Monday. I know when the court date was coming up. So I was like, when they was like, she had a lawyer visit.
What day was this for you?
This was okay, Saturday. So this was the third day. So Monday,
My bad. Justin, yeah, after the video, I'll let you up. Because I was going to say you'll have to mute your thing, but I'll let you up after the video.
was the 22nd, right? Tuesday was the court date, the 23rd. So they said that, Johnson, you got a lawyer visit. And that morning, one of the guards was kind of like snappy at her. And I was like, oh, this guard right here must knows that, what she did. She was like, you can't stand right here by this desk. And Holly kind of like snapped back at her. And she was like, I just woke up. The social worker was trying to talk to her about something small about signing some papers because they were all supposed to go to the OBGYN that day, the ladies. So she had to, sign the papers stating that, she was accepting. So what she did was, she sat at the table, she signed the papers because she couldn't sign it at the desk. Because some guards were nice. I think that they really didn't know what she did. And, it was just this one, she was disgusted with her. Like, I can just tell. I was just reading the room. So when she went downstairs to her lawyer visit, she came back up. She was just so smiley. And I was like, she must have talked to Carlos on FaceTime or something, through the lawyer. Like, I don't know what her lawyer told her, but she was just so happy. She was able to go take prenatal vitamins. And then right after that, they went downstairs to the OBGYN. So when they came back, we were already on a lockdown. I guess something happened with the pregnant girls and we couldn't come out the room. But I never did want to see Holly get in the shower. We only had one shower and it's right there in the day room.
Wait, what?
She never got in the shower. She never got in the shower, not one time. Not once.
Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
The shower was right there in the day room. Like we could.
So let me give y'all a description. The shower is open. It's an open shower, and you have, I think it's one on each side, or that you can shower, right? So it's like a little wall in the middle. And then you got one shower head on one side, one shower head on the other. And you take your shower. They give you soap. They give you deodorant. They give you extra underwear. Anything you need, they give that to you. So taking your shower is what it is. Y'all go in, you take your shower. You can take it after breakfast or lunch or whatever time, but there's you take your shower. Take a shower, they give you a towel, you get dressed, you come out, you go to wherever, you can go sit down in the sit outside in recreation because it's a little area where you can sit outside, walk around and talk, or you sit here and watch Jerry Springer all day.
Didn't miss it. The phones is one little small room like someone's living room.
Wait a minute. Did you say that she never got in the shower?
Never. And I'm not gonna lie, I had nothing else to do but sit at the table and read my book. I watched her. I'm a very, I guess you can call me nosy person. She never got in the shower. I wanted to just stay out. I wanted to just hear everything that she said. I didn't want to miss a beat. So most of the time she would probably sometimes she would probably go in the room because I wasn't leaving the table. And so I had to. So so when I seen her, this is the court day. Mm-hmm. So, I wake up early and I hear them calling everybody for court, but the day room is still not open. And we had these rooms. I think maybe she thinks she's in a group home. Right. Because it would kind of look like a group home or a dorm. We got tables, we got puzzles, markers, things like that. It's not the real county. Because if she was in general population, she wouldn't survive at all. So, and most of these women are pregnant, so she was a little protected. Mm-hmm. So, what this girl like. So I watched them take her to court at like 7 something in the morning. Her and like 2 other girls. I was looking out the door as much as I could, out my little cell or room door.
Somebody said with her funky ass.
Yeah, what? Had to be. But luckily she's only she still stank, but luckily she's only barely 100 pounds. She's so little. The hair way more that she got on her head way more than her.
Oh, so she still looks bad, y'all.
So, but
did you say she was bad?
Bad.
Have to watch them.
She will never look like or anything compared to Romika at this point. She is done, cooked. So, this girl, she went to court, and when she came back, this was way before 4 o'clock, the news, or she didn't even know anything about Carlos being locked up at this point. But she had the biggest smile on her face. I was kind of disappointed, looking like, I know she ain't about to get out. Or they about to let her get on EM or something. Like a house arrest. I said, wait. She was like excited. She was floating on air. Like, going to go take the prenatal vitamins again. I said, oh, she is happy. I was kind of like, I couldn't wait to the news. I was just telling them, turn on the news all day. I wanted the Fox so I can see what Tia had to say. So here it is. I was on the phone. It's I believe it came on the 5 o'clock news first, or maybe the 4. It was one of them because it came on both with like 2 hours in a row. So, and when she came from court, she did go in the room, and she was like, the girls rushed her. That's her roommate. They rushed her, and they was, I guess asking her what happened in the room. So, and even the guard went in there. So, and she was like this Mexican young guard, very young, like in her 20s. So she went in there. So I guess Holly got on the phone. So that's how she got the information of Carlos is locked up. He got into a fight. So she, she was pretty much on the phone. So we had to take the little nap break. So when it was 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, when the news came on, the girl went in a room, and one of the pregnant girls went and ran and got her. So I'm on the phone, but I'm like, hold on, I got to see what's going on. So she's just so like giddy and like she's amped up, and she's like, like when Romika's sister was like, you killed my sister and you ruined that girl's life. She was like, look, see, they're just so ratchet. They're so ratchet. And I'm just like, this girl, their loved one is dead. You don't.
They just stood up for her. I would never do that again if I was them. And you say they ratchet because they said that your life is ruined by this man. They stood up for you, Bookie Butt. What are you talking about? They just sat here and said that, and then all of a sudden you can say they ratchet. Baby, they were just saying that they feel for your life to be ruined in jail over him. And you turn around and call them ratchet? That is very male-centered behavior.
Understand what's going on, baby? Like, but everybody is in the
you murder somebody.
Their loved one. Like, how?
I prayed that oh my.
I was like, how? So she was
jumping. Murder somebody.
She was jumping up and down. So, and she was like, "Oh, they so ratchet. Look, yes, you see, you guys see."
Yeah, she got a problem.
Ooh, wee.
He ain't smart.
So then, the segment right after that was about Carlos Jr. getting the Christmas gifts and everything.
Oh, what she had to say about that? Because
she was just very quiet, but she was not remorseful. My kids, they have siblings, and I love their siblings, even if I don't like the mamas or the mamas don't like me. Because
my kids got a lot of siblings, and I would never hurt any of them.
Yes, and like I love them.
Sidebar, just because this girl telling that y'all want to go and pull up her background, be mindful. Because if you got a background, they're going to find your shit. So don't sit here and try to pull this girl background up and act like anybody don't got one, because they gonna start digging into y'all stuff. Be mindful. People ain't playing. So once you feel like you want to pull up the person back, what they was in there for, and go see here, look at her, I hope y'all understand. Tables do turn. Hold on. Let me share something for y'all. I just got to do this one time. Hold on. Let me stop sharing real quick. All right, Justin. Hold on. I need to start saving this. Funny how the tables turn, bitch. It's funny how the tables turn. All right, back to the video. I might fast forward through, but hold on.
They love me. They run up to me and hug me when they see me. So she didn't have no remorse about that. She didn't have nothing to say. She walked away like with that resting face, like how she got on that mug shot, like whatever. So then, okay, she sat at the table or whatever a little bit more. So, like the girls that, I was sitting and talking to, we were all still at the table. So when the next, it was the next hour when it came back on, she was on the phone. She got right up from the phone. She dropped the phone. It was a little chair by the phone. Well, that you sit at to be on the phone. She dropped the phone, and she went and looked like they was gonna say something different. But I guess she had to go see her man, like being drugged into the, the police, the courthouse in the handcuffs. Yeah. She just wanted to see him again because there's no way. I'm like, it's the same thing. So everyone is like pointing, like that's her, that's her. And I'm just like,
the people at the jail?
Huh?
Who was saying that's her, that's her?
Like the girls at, every table, like everybody was looking like, because now everybody is out. That's her, that's her. And the girl, like one of the girls asked me like, that's her. And I'm just like, I had to put my hand over my mouth because,
Yeah.
So then I was able to really like see Carlos Jr. on the TV and, like hear what her mom had to say. And when Romika's mom got to, saying what she said, like she raised the gentleman. He holds the doors, and all these.
That didn't fit her narrative.
Yeah. When she said that, she walked away and went right back to the phone. But she walked away.
Yeah.
So it was just like, but I had to put my hand.
And you know what? And that's why she needed to see it.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit that she talked to. Girl, go on. Because
I was just like, at that point I had tears in my eyes and I had to just cover my mouth because it was just like I had to contain myself because I knew that I wasn't staying there, and I know that, I can't pretty much too much say anything to this girl because I don't trust her. She'll get a report out on me or something. Like, I said, no, I don't trust her. And I just know myself, and like, no, I'm like real, like it was just like diabolical. Like my stomach was hurting. I was like, this girl is crazy. So, after that, she got off the phone. And no, but she didn't get off the phone. She because she was on for a long time. I was like, nobody else could even really make a call. So,
so she was probably on the phone, likely talking to her mom or Carlos.
No, she was talking to her mom. Because this is what she said. I'm going to tell you. I know that she was talking to her mom because she said it out loud. So someone was like, Johnson, she's just on the phone. She's been on the phone all, evening. She's just on a date. Someone made that comment. And she was like, no, I'm not on a date. I'm talking to my mom. She was like, my baby daddy, I think he's still in jail. My mom haven't talked to him. I think he's still locked up and just smiling like, I'm like, this girl, wait. I'm like, this something. It's not clicking.
When she thought they were Bonnie and Clyde. Justin, I'm gonna let you up, but I'll let you sit on here for like 2 or 3 minutes, and that's it. I can't let you sit on a little longer. Hold on.
So even when, like, right after that, I guess they were watching Love and Hip Hop, and it's something like Love and Hip Hop Miami. It's like it's this guy messing with these two girls, and
Okay. For anybody saying, "Oh, they ain't watching Love and Hip Hop," Love and Hip Hop Miami, I don't think had that storyline. If it was old. So they were watching an old Love and Hip Hop, because they sound like Love and Hip Hop New York, not Love and Hip Hop Miami, because they sound like Peter Gunn's storyline. Michael Blessing got the same one, but I know it's not new.
the girl was getting mad at the guy, and everybody was in there screaming. Like most of the,
It had to be New York or Atlanta. Pleasure P situation was old. I believe that was, they might show that, but I'm telling y'all from the TVs they have, because oh my God, what is it? Because I know you stream it like the way they have TVs now. It's not really cable, but it's old. These are old Love and Hip Hop. This ain't new. So if they never seen New York or Atlanta, now if she would have said it was Jocelyn or Stevie J or Peter Guns, and Mimi, or Peter Guns, Amina, and Tara. Let me hear what she say, because I can tell y'all, I've been watching Love Hip Hop since it came out.
the black women, not the people at her table, but most of the black women was like, what? People need to be mad at the, I'm just going to say what they said. People need to be mad at the nigga. Stop getting mad at the female. She ain't had nothing to say. She didn't even have a expression on her face. Mm-hmm. She was just like, they ain't talking about me. That's how she, was looking like.
But that ain't the narrative that she wants everybody to.
I was like, this girl is crazy. So, after that, it was almost time, to go, like 9:30.
Justin, you still in here?
Go lay down or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was just too outdone. So, and I do want to add this. That young guard, I ended up having a conversation with her once everybody locked up, and she was locking the door, and
right,
she was like, "So you going home tomorrow?" I was like, "Yep, I got to get out of here. Mm-hmm. It's too many evil spirits." And she was like,
they knew who you was talking about.
She was like, "What you talking about? The girl Johnson?" I was like, "Yeah." So the lady came in the room, and she was just like, "I lost my mom when I was 12 years old. Oh. Some guard." She said, "I lost my mom when I was 12 years old." She said, since she came in here, she said, the first time I seen her, she was like, she said, I didn't know about the story or anything. She said, my anxiety has been through the roof. I said, you need to put you on some music or, get your Bible. She was like, I always carry my Bible with me. She was like, she's demonic. It's something about her. She was like, and she's telling the girls, like, she really thinks she's getting off. She even told the girls, like, this lady said to me, if I'm lying, I'm damned. She said, the lady told me, no, she was like, the girls told me that, she said Carlos only loves her. She really believes that she's getting out. I was like, she was like, and the lady even said, she said, you can tell she was jealous of that girl. That girl looks better than her and everything. You can just tell that girl was so beautiful. It was just too much. Somebody's about something not right with the story. Be careful of what you do around Holly. Look, but I'm not on here. I don't need no clout.
Don't worry about what the comments are.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need no money.
No, don't worry about. Don't even look up there. Don't even.
As a mother, it just wasn't right for me,
and I don't want you to even focus on.
Yeah, as a mother, I haven't even been looking at the phone. I never even been on live.
Because around this time, when the live goes on really good, the trolls start popping up, and it's just a distraction. So we need to just ignore them. And everybody that I talk to,
I'm gonna say this, y'all. I just thought about something. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all this sound like if you was having a conversation with someone that's spiritual, this sound like a love spell gone wrong. It sound like a love spell gone wrong. If y'all don't leave it alone, you cannot mess with somebody's free will that put you in positions to get your butt whooped. Stop doing it, because y'all hear these girls on TikTok say it worked for them. I think I'm gonna have to go back to my creepy story time and this Friday, and we gonna discuss love spells, because y'all really still dabbling in this shit with these niggas that is not supposed to be with y'all. I'm not understanding. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a love spell gone wrong. It sounds like a love spell gone wrong. It sounds like you tried to do something and it went left. It doesn't make any sense to me. Please leave that junk alone. Y'all be sitting here because y'all cool with the Haitians. Y'all be sitting here because y'all cool. Let me tell you something. If you don't know what the hell you doing, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I have heard stories about this stuff like this since I was a young girl. And it gets so bad. It gets so bad. I remember my mama having conversations with me. Right. Yes, it happens. I remember my mama told me a story. She told me it was like she said she was a teenager and she heard this woman. They were going to church and this guy. And the woman used to, when I said that woman prayed so hard for her son, the lady he was with, I don't think she alive anymore, but he did, she put something in his food. And it just went wrong. And that woman, if he didn't have a mother that prayed so hard, when it comes to certain stuff like that, don't touch it. Everybody got free will to do whatever they want to do. You cannot make nobody love you, and you cannot have control to force it. It is dangerous. I done heard stories. There was I'm gonna find that story Friday. There was a girl was working. She was so in love with this guy. She wanted this guy to be her boyfriend. And he unalived her, that girl. And then himself. She tried a love spell and it went wrong. There was another girl that her man was so possessive. The mama had the grandma went and looked under the bed with the parents because they know something was wrong. Baby, they found root work. She said she ain't heard from him since. Guess what? They took him to a oh my God, what you call them? And they did like a bath, and they had to bathe him. The bath, it lasts for hours. This ain't no regular bath. This is with stuff to get that out. It lasts for 2-3 hours. You're sitting in the water for 2 or 3 hours. Please, if you don't know what you're doing, don't you touch it. Keep your hands. I'm telling y'all see them girl. Oh, it worked for me and my man. Shit me. Shit me. Yeah, you gotta know because they do that. What else? Even with Kodak Black, I told y'all I'm gonna do a video on that. How Kodak Black listen, Kodak Black is going through spiritual warfare for a reason. I'm praying for him. There are so many stories that y'all would be surprised. And I'm going to tell you something else. And I go to church faithfully, y'all know, but I'm going to tell you, there were women in the church doing it to protect their husband's church. Do as you will.
they know I'm going to get to them. Now, one thing that we do know for sure is that
Sorry, y'all, I'm eating Mexican cake.
she tried to tell everybody in the jail that Ramika was a bad mom.
Yes.
She tried to tell them negative things about Ramika. But when the news came on, her mother stood there and said, she raised a gentleman.
He opens the doors for people.
Yes. So that blew up her stock. That blew her up, whatever. You know, we already knew Ramika was a good mom.
No, look, and one of the girls, this is like when she stormed away back to the phone.
I'm sorry, y'all hear me choking. I'm eating Lucas Mexican candy. Don't judge me. I love it. Yes, that's why growing up it was always told, be careful who you lay with. I was told, just like y'all Caribbeaners, don't eat from everybody's house. We were taught that. Don't. They'll tell you, if you didn't watch them cook it, you don't eat it. I was told that. Energy carries. And when you, like when I say about, when I do the mommy sector and I talk about Olivia, when you lay with different bodies, you don't know what that person been doing, what energy they have, and you just lay with different people, that latch on to you and you carry it. And it you got to be careful. I don't eat everybody's food. I can't. If I feel like, that's why I gotta hear. We gotta talk. I gotta hear what you got going on. That's why I vet a very long time. I have people pissed off at me. You take too long to talk. Yeah, exactly. I want you to understand that, because the moment I hear something off, and my first instinct gonna be like, hell no. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. When a person talk, they tell you everything they need to know. That's why you don't overtalk them. Let them talk. All you gotta do is listen. Put your ear to it and listen. Oh, okay.
Because one of the girls, like one of her roommates, was like, "Oh, he's so cute." She ain't like that, baby. She walked away so fast.
Are you serious? He is cute.
Yes, very handsome.
What?
Very handsome.
Friday, I think I'm gonna do it at 12, or I might do it 11:30, which would be lunchtime for some people. We're gonna go through stories of how they put stuff in food and how I'm gonna do a whole live about that again. I'm gonna put that right back out here, because there were some people who families didn't want them to have children and we gonna talk about it Friday. I got y'all. I'm finna break. Y'all gonna be like, what the hell? Be careful.
With this girl. So when she knew that Carlos got into a fight, what was her reaction?
She was like, you see how ratchet they are? She think that that's going to help her case, that they beat him up or whatever. She called them people ratchet. They're ghetto ratchet.
It doesn't seem like it could do anything to benefit her case, because it sounds like she's pretty much locked in. But another thing that we will discuss that we are fully aware of is that her lawyer filed some motions for her to be released. Okay. So that's pretty important. And I just want to touch on that before we go back into depth. Okay. Hold up.
Yeah, no,
I want to touch on that before we go back into depth. Okay, so that's showing up on my story. Okay, good. Okay, so we know that her lawyer filed a motion for immediate release. So that it was an urgent filing for release. Okay. And what that is the defense is asking the judge to reconsider pretrial detention, usually arguing one or more of the following: bond detention review. They may claim conditions exist that would allow release. The defendant is not a flight risk. The defendant is not a danger to the community. detention is excessive or unlawful. Y'all put y'all thoughts to that. Also, procedural or constitutional arguments. Okay. They may argue delay in proceedings, discovery issues,
She probably did, girl.
due process concerns, and statutory timeframes in speedy trial arguments. So you said, I'm going to pause on this. I'm going to read one more thing that the lawyer could argue. Humanitarian or custody conditions. Sometimes motions reference medical care, jail conditions,
Hey,
pregnancy or health, or alleged hardship. Okay? So these arguments are technical, not emotional. Okay? And these do not override public safety concerns and violent felony cases. So what that means is that even though these issues could possibly be in her case, but they don't override public safety issues. So the first initial judge denied her a bond because he said that she was a danger to the public, right?
Yeah.
The second time, they felt the same way, that she was a danger to the public. So even though her lawyer is doing her job, she probably was paid a good penny. She's got to do all that she can. Okay. Seems like she's doing it, but it does not override the fact that there was a fist bump after the shooting, which to the judge indicated something pretty awful. Okay. It's not going to override that. So what this motion is not, we're discussing what this motion is not. This motion is not a dismissal. It is not a finding of innocence. It is not a ruling by the judge, meaning that this is
right, let
just
me
her
fast forward
lawyer
a little.
acting. Okay. And it is not proof that release will happen. This is
That's true.
See, like, you know, everyone has to be
That is true because they did ask for proof for that. That's true.
strong. I get it, like in jail, but I didn't see one tear. She didn't say like, "Oh, I just miss my baby," or "Oh, like this is just too much." Like she is.
what a real mom would do.
She just sitting there with her leg crossed over the other one, just seeming like, "Hey, in due time, I'll be home." She's very like cocky. I don't really see any worries at all.
So, how did she behave after the lawyer's visit? We probably touched on it, but then we can go back on it.
Oh no, she was excited. Like she was like amped up. Like yeah, she was very confident. Like she's gonna have a great day in court tomorrow. Well, the next day.
But it turned out that day wasn't so great because she was still refused a bond.
Yeah, but she still came back with a smile. She could have
came
fooled
back
me.
with a smile because she know that some bullshit took place.
Yeah, she probably did know, but I wonder how did she know? Maybe
well,
one of the
Carlos
guards
got
told her.
locked up.
Yeah, but
Could have heard it from the grapevine.
yeah, she probably could have heard it from the guards, that were transporting her back, upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how she knew it. But she was just, I'm telling that girl, she had the biggest smile ever. I was like, you seen all of her teeth.
Well, at least she got shut down. God knows what he's doing with this.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that he's not going to be a moment late. So with that being said, I want to say this, and then we're going to elaborate on this a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to talk about why, one moment.
Yeah, she was smiling because she got to see Carlos.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So, that's going to be her kryptonite. Okay. So let's touch on some important parts. Okay. So we're going to discuss why release is unlikely. Okay. This is very important. Okay. And I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm tired of the bullshit you're talking about. Ramika should have went on to work. She should have went the other way. Listen, that shit is done. That shit is done. Just fucking stop it. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what, okay? At the end of the day, the gun is what the use of the firearm is what was unlawful. Okay. Her showing up, even if it was a TPO, according to the judge, the TPO was not lawful. Okay. So if we look at the fact that the TPO wasn't lawful, then now we got a gun. We got a gun in a place that it ain't supposed to be. Not only do we have a gun in a place that it ain't supposed to be, but we have a person that used this gun and discharged this gun unlawfully. Okay, so miss us with the stupid bullshit about what Ramika should have done. Holly made a discharge of a firearm in a legal place where she wasn't able to do it. She was not even eligible to use her firearm in the place that she used it. Not only that, but she shot the gun, fired the gun off multiple times, and the last shot, I'm not sure if it was the last or whichever, but she got shot in the face.
Can I say this, Ms. Nina?
Yes.
And another thing that, I did hear her say, she was like, they keep saying that it was in front of the school. I haven't been in that area, so I don't know for sure, but she was like, it wasn't in front of the school. And then she's also like, what did this girl say? It was one more thing that
what about bitch, you shouldn't have did it? What about that?
Yes, like
Lord.
I was like, wait.
Girl gets on my nerves.
No, and she said that the only reason I heard her say something like they had to lock me up because of all of the protests.
Really? No, they had to lock her up because if they didn't, it would have been another miscarriage of justice. That's why. There's nothing but evidence that shows that you unlawfully not only discharged the firearm, but you executed a woman.
Yes, overly executed her.
You executed
overkilled her.
So, okay, yeah. So we'll let her, whatever. So anyway, so let's touch on this. Why the defense attorney files these motions, okay? So they do this. It's a standard defense strategy, okay? Nobody needs to get mad at Ari Williams because she's doing her job. They paid her to do a job. Let the girl do her.
Regardless of how anybody feel, she did what she did. She did what she did. In the eyes of the state of Illinois, she didn't do what she was supposed to do. I kept saying that. If she would have retreated and called 911, she didn't do that, or got in her car and called 911 or grabbed her baby and walked to the nearest area. She did not do that. In the eyes of the law, you have to follow procedures. The thing is, laws are set in place for certain situations. And like I say, I understand that a lot of people don't want to believe it, but I want to say this. Yes, our laws they're trying to change them every day or add something new. But when it's certain laws that put in for protection of the people, when you have a state that is for the people, that's the laws in place for everybody. For the people. There was no emotion or nothing. That judge ain't finna play with her. Yeah, she had a point to prove. The judge said no. I need to get a shirt from Yanni. The judge said no. No. Because from what he saw and was presented to in his face, his two eyes, and this man has been a judge for years on top of being a lawyer. Okay, remember, he was a lawyer first. He has to go by the law. Can't nobody play. Let me tell you something. You go against the law or try to fix it, they will debar you and throw you away. You lose your bar license, you lose your money. You are blackballed. They don't play. They will blackball you. Because number one, you know better. Number two, you're lying in front of the court. Little Kim didn't go, and I love Little Kim now. Little Kim ain't go to jail for nothing because she lied. When she took that oath, that was a lie. That she did, right? I keep telling y'all. Folks around here getting in the seats line, and then they took that oath, and then you wonder why they sitting here getting impeached because they lied. You know what I mean? That's how it go.
Job. It didn't get us. It didn't get her anywhere. She didn't get out the first time. Didn't get out the second time. There's court on the 7th. Don't think she's going to get out on that time. But anyway, so this is a standard defense strategy. It preserved the record to appeal. Advocate zealously for their client, meaning that Aries not giving up. She's trying everything that she can possibly try, okay? Mm-hmm. She's testing every procedural option, right? And she also is create a talking point for public narrative. The public narrative for Holly is totally destroyed. I mean, the I would never, all that stuff, everything that she said, the whole smear campaign, it's a mess. So there's important clarification for the public. A defense motion does not mean the judges agree. She can file a motion till she turns blue in the face. That does not mean that the judge, see, the judge is the rule. He basically institutes the rules. He says that these are the laws and this is the law that we're dealing with. He is the person that says yay, nay, whatever, okay? So it doesn't mean the judge agrees to the motions, right? And he can have his rebuttal in reference to what they try to do. And it does not mean the release is imminent. Okay, it does not change the charge. That's a first-degree murder charge. It does not change the charge. And it does not erase the evidence, which is mountainous. Okay, it's crazy work. So the bottom line is the lawyer is doing her job. The motion is a legal request. Okay, it is not a result. It means that just because she requested it, don't mean she's going to get it. All right. And another thing too is that a violent homicide case rarely results in pre-trial release. Thank you, God. Okay. The court is not social media. The judge has to decide. So there we go. And I feel that they're doing a great job. I do. So
judges have to go by evidence, not emotions, and they have to go by what they see. Like I told y'all before, the amount that this case is costing, they're not finna play with their tax dollars. I don't know why y'all keep saying, the amount this costs, they're not playing with their tax dollars. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if she was in a red state, that would have been her ass a long time ago. Because one thing, them rich folks, for something like this, oh, baby, they're not finna play with you. Oh, no. And then to hear that your folks sitting here saying, that's one, let me tell you something. They would have been canned that girl and pushed the trial on her by the end of 2026. I'm telling you now. They would have been got her. Chicago, like, listen, Illinois is like, listen, this is what it's gonna cost. Let's do what we have to do. Them red states, baby, they would have threw the whole book at her and more. They don't like spending them dollars on stuff like that. You saw what they did to Chicago. Oh, you gonna have this baby? We gonna still put you through this and that, or we gonna make you suffer? They threw the book at that girl because they tax dollars. I gotta pay what? Oh no, ma'am. Oh yeah, they threw it at her. She's never getting out. Never getting out. Them rich white folks don't care. They hate it with a passion. When they come to them rich states with certain, man, please. She would have been locked up and they would have threw the book at her. They would have kept her locked up. Oh, they would have got her for real. The moment they would have saw that video, they would have indicted her quicker than a hurry. Picked her up, every nook, every cranny. They don't care who hiding. Everybody gone. I'm telling y'all.
I'm going to let you have the floor, and then you can share how you feel about everything and what you think ultimately. And let's touch a little bit about Carlos, because this guy, you know.
And Carlos? Yeah.
You know that she killed Meeks. And she's running up all her phone time with this dude on the phone, along with her mom. I'm sorry, but I just don't think I would want to talk to somebody who killed my kid's parent. What do you think, Yana?
Okay. No, I'm here. I'm back. So
It's
what
okay.
I would say is, I don't even understand how he's just okay. Like, you're not able to see your son, your, as he would call it, his doggy, because of what this girl did. How can you explain? You know, we all ask that question. How could he explain or, you know, make his son be okay with what happened? But it's just like he's not even thinking about it. Like, you showing up at court, a slap in the face. Like, he don't want to reconcile with the family or plead.
And instigate and drama with the family.
That when he showed up to be a Holly supporter.
All right, listen, I got a sidebar. I got some news. I'm gonna look it up. This is about this is a sidebar. This ain't about this. It's about something else, because we were talking about immigration and stuff like that. So the Supreme Court, I'm gonna do a live on it probably sometime this week, probably Thursday or Friday, because one thing about it, Justin, I'm gonna get you. Hold on. One thing about it, I told y'all that not everybody in Supreme Court is agreeing to the Orange Man. So from what I'm hearing, they are challenging the attempt to end birthright citizenship. Every child born on U.S. soil has a right to citizenship, and they're going to take it to court. I will do some more investigation on it, see what I can find, and we will talk more about it Thursday. Okay? Now back to the case.
You giving up your parental rights even right there even more. You think Miss Taylor don't want you to see her grandkid?
Now, Justin, you can only be up here for like a couple of minutes, because I'm trying to finish it and end it, okay?
You are supporting a person that,
and if you come up,
your daughter, sister, mother, cousin, friend away, and not just in a regular way. That's the worst way. Like, that girl shot her in her beautiful face.
It's a straight up execution. And it seems,
I feel like if she did that to her face, I feel like there was a jealousy to it. Justin, I'm going to add you, and then I'm going to mute you for a little bit, okay?
Like, they just don't think that part is that serious.
That is diabolical. Like, it's no turning back from that. Like, you know, I was watching a video when that girl mom said, Romika's mom said, you know, when I actually, you know, I seen the video, but when I seen my baby in person, I can just imagine, like, what she shot in her, like, her jaw. She shot on those
She
pretty
knew.
dimples. Like
She thought about it.
you
She
shot
knew.
that.
She thought about
That hurted
She
me
had
to the
that moment.
core.
She had
That
that
hurted me
moment.
to the core.
But you
And
know what? You said something to me before we did our live today, and I
mhm,
thought it was so important because you said that you knew some people, and you also mentioned that Carlos is pretty disgusting. How he's
yeah.
disrespected Ramika, had females in their home and things like that.
And
Elaborate a little bit on that.
this is years ago.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Chicago,
Mhm.
especially, everybody in Chicago think that they're so popular or that,
He's been disloyal for a long time.
yeah, he's been doing this to her for a while. Like I've been seeing, like, even before this case, seeing like her page where she would, everybody know everybody in Chicago. And if
Mhm.
I don't know you, my cousin know you. My
Yeah.
cousin know your cousin.
Hmm.
People baby daddies know, you know. Yeah, it's just all in one big circle. Everybody know each other.
Hmm.
And yeah, now he's been like even years ago. This is way before. I want to say like over 3 years ago. He was sleeping with women in their apartment. So I feel like I wish Romika would have been got out the situation, but it's hard, especially when Carlos was portraying to be the father of the year or the century. Like it ain't too many of them out here like that. And yes, he did have his son a lot, but it's just like, mm-mm. I just don't understand how do he think that it's normal that he's gonna. So I'm like, okay, so he's gonna still be with Holly, be around Holly, and he expect for Carlos Jr. to be around her.
Seems like he thought about that and he thought that that could work. Seems like he has this attachment to Holly, even though she murdered his first child's mom. And you know what, Yana, what I'm thinking too is
Mhm.
that I don't care how much of a parent he was. I don't care how
It's
many
over with.
trips he
That's
paid on.
over with.
It doesn't matter what he's done.
That's
I don't
over
care
with.
how many fucking pairs of shoes that you bought or
That's
how many
over with.
fucking outfits that you bought him, Ramika, while you're talking about, oh, you gave her money for clothes and oh, they look good.
Money
Da,
that
da,
he
da.
stole.
That shit,
He
that shit don't
stole, and the
even
baby
matter.
can't wear those shoes forever.
And
Material.
everything that he did as a parent for
That's
Little
over
Los
with.
is over with because everything you did, you just blood stained it. You blood stained it, and it can't come out now. It
Let
can't
me.
come out. Your wickedness is done. It's blood stained. It's ruined. It's ruined.
And excuse me, how like, I just hate that these people are 30 plus and don't get it. Like because like I have a kid that's seen this on TikTok.
Hmm.
And even a person that's 10, 11 years old, said he needs to be in jail. I don't care if he was a good father, mom.
My son heard this. My son was like, they ain't put him in jail. I ain't understanding. I'm telling you.
That is that boy's mother. That boy shouldn't have to live without his mother. And for my kid to say that to me,
Hmm.
I just couldn't imagine. Like if it was me or one of my sisters, like, no. I'm surprised. I feel like her family gave enough grace. Like her sister said, we've been quiet. They
Hmm.
getting antagonized. Like when he get on live and he doing all of that, he's dead wrong.
He's so fake. You
I
can
don't even
just
know how his
tell he's
mom
just
or anybody, because even if it was one of my sons, you love your kids,
he's fake.
but I'm not supporting that. That's wrong on all levels. Everything. Like even to still be acquainted. Like even if he did want to support her, why is he coming to court? That's just
Hmm.
a big kick in the face, not a smack in the face to that family that took him in for what they say 9 years.
They were together for 11, I believe.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
She was a mother. Miss Tina was a mother to him. He was there. Even the sister said every holidays he would be there eating with the rest of the family. This
saying
dude
it,
is like a Judas.
saying it,
He's
saying
like
it.
a Judas. He's just a wicked person.
I'm
So
just
look,
wondering what they got going on in their head, like, or
I'm
what, who
gonna
is telling
fast
them that
forward
this
a
is
little
right,
bit.
Miss Tamika, say something, like, because I want to be able to really sleep, and I had to get it off my chest. And I know
It's
that
sad.
you do have the platform, and like, and I didn't want to bring it straight to her family because it's the holidays, and I'm
mhm.
not demonic. I don't want to hurt, anyone, like, or overstep any boundaries. I don't really know what to really say. I'm probably just going like, but I'm getting hot even just talking about it because it's just like these people really don't have any remorse. Like I just know they're thinking that their life is going to be normal like after this, but just what about him when it's like all of these milestones? Like his mom wrote him a note that morning. This is not like we just pieced this up and made this a Facebook story or made it sound good. We all seen it. That was the last thing that she posted.
Mhm.
Like I can just, like me just being a mother, I couldn't imagine like, being on that ground with her. Well, like being her. I
Mhm.
can imagine, but I can't imagine because I know that she was scared. She was shocked. Like now, I know Carlos ain't doing this to me. Carlos didn't get on his knees and help her because that's what we should have been seeing.
Mhm. We
We
didn't
should have
see
been
any of that.
seeing him like he didn't have one tear. They had those same looks, like how the way she was looking on that phone when those people was pointing at her. That's how she was looking in jail. She don't care. And I guess she think that
I don't
they're
know.
gonna have
We'll
those
see if they charge
99 or
her.
100 holidays after that. But I don't care, you know what he's telling her, what people think. Everybody needs to stop trolling, and I just want her family to keep having the support, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing, Miss Nina, because it's not right. It's not right. And yeah, Carlos do not deserve to be free, and I stand on that.
Nor does he deserve to have
No,
custody
oh
or
no,
anything.
he should never be able to see his son
He's
ever.
not a good person.
He should never be
He's
able
just
to see
not a
his
good
son.
person. And
Like I don't care visitation, any of that. He don't need it. Like he burnt that bridge because he hurt that baby, and that baby is gonna forever.
he's devastated.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not gonna be
and
okay.
you can only imagine Ramika's mother just trying to keep him up. Imagine trying to keep a baby up when you're falling apart inside because
Mhm.
your baby is
Mhm.
gone. Like,
Yep. And
I give her the ultimate respect because it's like that's gotta be hard.
no, and that is hard. And like I said, like I've never lost anyone that close to me, but I have had to watch my children endure like losing the other parent.
Yeah.
And like it just we sometimes like kids they just don't get over things like that, and they ask questions, they google,
They do.
they google,
They know how to work
and,
them phones.
and they google, and like it's some days where sometimes I look at one of my kids, and I'm just like I can see the sadness in his face, and we're like in his eyes, like, and I'm just like, you okay? Like, yeah, I'm okay, but I just know like like or like making songs about his dad, like it's just like man, I don't know, but I do want to drop the mic
I appreciate you.
It's very hurtful, and
I
like
appreciate you for
just seeing it,
reaching
just
out
seeing
and
it,
giving us that. We needed
just
that.
just seeing it,
Now,
and
now we need to know. We needed to know why we gotta keep going hard because
yeah, that's what this is all about. This is not about like
we
drama.
gotta keep going hard.
I just wanted to really expose and everything that we already been knew about Holly. The proof is in the pudding. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. I wish I had some of those glasses where I could have recorded her.
Damn.
Because, yeah, it's the truth. Real facts.
Well, your testimony was needed tonight, and I want to thank you for sacrificing for us. We needed to hear it. This is what we need to know so that we can go even more
Yeah, it is
harder for
devastating.
Ramika and her family and her baby and her mother. We're going to go ahead and end it. But I'm telling you right
Okay.
now, it was disturbing to me. So I know it's disturbing to y'all. So
Yeah.
we'll get back on it and we're going to keep fighting for Meeks and we're not going to stop. Okay. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you.
Okay. Have a great
You
night.
guys have a good night.
All right, y'all. That is it.
I'm not in the market.
All right.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I gotta make sure I'm always be staying in the chat though.
Okay.
Like, that's the link.
All right.
Mhm. So tomorrow when you start your live,
Mhm.
first thing you would drop the link for me, right?
Yeah.
First thing.
I'll put the link in the comments. You had a good Sunday?
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
I had a good Sunday.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm about to end this live, so you can stay up here while I end it, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, you guys, it's very sad. I'm a justice for Ramika. This is where we at. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on and keep talking about it. I believe she's coming home? No. It's too many many evidence showing that she was not in the right. This is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm finna get ready to end this live. Thank you, Justin, for coming up.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you in the next one. Happy
All right. I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, I'm finna end this live. I'll keep y'all updated with anything else we hear, as well as everybody else. Tomorrow, I will be talking about, I hope I say her name right, Olivia Hobbs, and why her case is being back talked about. We're doing reality TV. No, reality TV Tuesday. I'm sorry. Reality TV gonna be Tuesday. We're gonna talk about jumping to Carlos King and Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac. I got some Real Housewives of Atlanta tea that I'm gonna share with y'all for season 17. And we're gonna jump back on part 4 of Olivia tomorrow. Between her and Jasmine, we're gonna finish where we left off. And then Tuesday, getting more information about Ramika, we're gonna talk about that. We're going to jump into that as well. Let me see if there's anything else. And then we're going to go into Cam Newton sometime this week and Natalie Nunn. That was the child. And how Lemmy, Lord, I might go back. Listen, if y'all interested in baddies, I'm going to go back and talk about that because child Lemon Pepper out here feeling some type of way. I don't know why he talking because Anna engaged. Anyway, we'll talk about that. This is a mess. I will get into that with y'all. You know what? I think I'm gonna go through some of the screenshots with y'all of the court documents. We'll go through with that. I don't even know who that is. Hello? Hello? Okay, so we're gonna go on with that. And then yeah, I will see you guys. Oh, love. I'm gonna kick you off, okay? I hope you had a good day, little one. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. To the little boy, I am not letting you up here. You is a baby. We know. Thank you for watching. See y'all in the next one. Bye. Go to bed.
Roman on 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God.